Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2015 Planetary Annihilation AbleGamers tournament. My name is Mike Sorian Robbins, and with me today is Chris TheWrongCat Warner.
Very good evening.
Before we get to the tournament, we have some long-standing unfinished business to attend to. For those of you that have been part of the PA community for a long time, you remember that the beloved tank we now know as the Bolo had another name, an arguably better name, Ant. There are many in the community that want to see the tank return to its former glory, but only one person threw down the gauntlet, challenging Uber Entertainment for naming rights to the Tier 1 tank. The gauntlet was picked up by Uber's own John Skathis Combs, and now at long last we get to witness this titanic match between Marshall and Skathis, and the fate of the Bolo hangs in the balance.
That is quite the intro.
Thank you.
I'm noticing that the chat stream is distinctly one-sided.
Yeah. I'm thinking everybody is in favor of the Ant this morning here.
So, how are we feeling then, gentlemen? Are we feeling confident? Marshall, how are you feeling?
I am feeling decidedly nervous. Having seen the Twitch chat, I don't want to mess up.
No pressure. Yeah, you don't want to be attacked by the Marshall loser unit.
Is that
I couldn't
what
think of
you'll
anything
name
better
it
than
if you win?
But just for some context for those listening in, I think at this point Skathis has decided if he wins this match, he is going to change the name of the T1 tank to whatever he wishes. I suspect we might end up with something of a troll name, so no pressure, Marshall.
So new name of the tank, Marshall's Lament.
See, Marshall's such a high rank. Maybe I should name it to like the Private or Cook. The latrine attendant.
So it's everything to play for. This is the fight of your life, Mr. Marshall. Are you ready for the challenge?
I would like to think I am. I've been trying to get some form of practice in the past few days. I can only hope it's paid off. We'll have to see.
Are there any rules?
Right, I shall actually run through this now with you. You are able to now, as we go into this first game, choose which system you're going to be playing on. What I'll be asking you to do is to select from the 7 smaller sized 1v1 maps available to you. What will happen is I'll be presenting all 7 to you. I'm going to toss a coin. And following that coin toss, you will be able to eliminate one of those 7 maps from the pool. And what will happen then is we will be left with one map which you will then fight for the Ant on. So you've got your selection there in front of you. The 7 maps are Crag, Lock, Clutch, Forge, Pacific, Olympus, and Rock. Now I am going to ask Marshall as our valiant challenger to choose heads or tails.
I will go with heads.
Okay.
Does that make me a valiant defender?
What was that, Marshall? You went with heads.
I did.
You are victorious. You are the first to select the map to be removed from the pool of maps.
In which case, I shall remove Crag.
Crag has been removed. Skathis, please remove one of the 6 remaining maps.
Rock.
Lock or Rock?
Rock.
Okay, Rock has now been removed. 5 maps remain. Marshall.
I will remove Lock from the map pool.
Lock is gone. Skathis.
Amplus.
And
Forge
Bruce
is
is
still
gone.
there.
Clutch, Forge, Pacific. Marshall.
Oh, that's a tricky one. I'm tempted to remove Pacific.
Pacific has been removed.
Oh, down to Clutch
We're
and
left with
Forge.
And Forge. Skathis, which of those 2
Forge.
would you like to remove? You have removed Forge. So the fight for the Ant will be taking place on Clutch, which conveniently is already selected and ready to go.
Indeed.
So, Skathis and Marshall, I will now put you into your channel. Best of luck to the both of you. Let's begin the game.
Indeed.
So any predictions on this, TheWrongCat?
Oh God, the only prediction I can possibly make here is that Marshall is going to win this spectacularly. If I predicted anything else, I would hate myself. I really, really, really want to have the ant restored to its former glory.
Yeah,
I wrote quite a
I would love nothing better to than to support Skathis on in this match, but I don't know. I really like the name of the ant, so I'm gonna have to go with Marshall on this one.
Yes, that's what I like to hear. I wrote quite a long and gushing piece on the Exodus eSports website as a bit of a build up to this, which I thought was quite fitting. Oh, here it is. This is it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the fight for the ants. In orange, we have Skathis, and in purple, we have our valiant challenger, Marshy.
Go Marshy! I know. I'm a caster. I'm supposed to be unbiased, but
This is entirely impartial, unbiased casting. Let us have a look at these starts. Skathis has decided to go for a vehicle factory first. Marshall has gone for bots. And we can see queued up there, fairly standard build order for this map, building some power to support the production there. He's really banging out those factories pretty fast. Skathis building lots of scouts to start with, always good to do, although he seems to have put them on a global patrol. On this map, that's not really necessary. Land scouts cannot actually go all the way over there to that water, unless he's going to sit there and monitor from behind, which is a perfectly valid strategy.
we can see over on Marshall's side, he's already got a lot of stuff queued up. He's going to be taking these front side metal spots, putting down some point defense turrets to stop the early raiding. Looks like he's got one bot factory, one air factory already down. He's got a second of each already queued up.
And he's got some air scouts up and away, going to see exactly what Skathis is up to. Now, interesting choice here by Skathis. He's putting these energy plants in what I would consider to be a fairly vulnerable position.
I would agree.
But particularly on this map, a lot of frontal force tends to come through this sort of narrow channel between the two platforms. It looks like Skathis is going for a bit of a sneaky approach. That scout towards the back was actually an indicator of what was to come. He's sending some docks around the back, knowing that they are amphibious, making use of that, and he's going to be sending those through to Marshall's rear. However, Marshall is equal to this. Scout plane goes around the back, is shot down, but he knows that they're coming now.
At least he should know that they're coming now. He should.
And he can
You know,
also note-
if Skathis gets those bots over there, he's going to do some damage. Marshall
is.
does
He's
have
got
a
a lot
bot
of
fabber
defense.
back here. It's going to be building these two metal extractors, one of these two metal extractors. But it looks like Marshall's already sending out some docks out to the back of his base in anticipation of Skathis' attack.
Which is very good to see. I'm absolutely
Not biased in
rooting
any
for
way.
Marshall. I'm not biased at all, but Marshy, you can't let us down on this. Skathis is actually turtling up a little bit, building those defensive single laser turrets, which are great at repelling docks, but not really able to stand up to too much else. Now, interesting choice here at the back of the Skathis base. We're seeing naval on clutch, which I don't think I have seen in a 1v1 in quite some time.
Yeah, I'm not sure I like that move. There's not much you can attack from the water here. I mean, you can get some long range units. You can, pepper the edges of somebody's base and maybe put some pressure on the islands. But he's not going to be able to win the game through naval power. That's for sure.
Well, what you can do with that position is you can go straight for T2, and you've got some long-range bombardment options available to you there. But he's got to get up to T2, and by the time he's invested all of that metal and time into doing that, I expect Marshall will probably be knocking on his front door. Not a lot of early aggression so far. Marshall seems to be planning to build up a smaller force of docks before sending them up, rather than just sending them out one by one. He has sent out some good aggressive docks to go and defend those early expansion positions from Skathis. Great micro there on that platform, able to wiggle. It's a single dock's trying to take on two. He's wiggling really hard. Come on, you can do this, Marshall. Oh, not biased.
Not biased at all. And John's still going with the heavy turtle. He is starting to get some more factories down. We've got some bots from Marshall making landfall chasing
taking
down
out some
the
fabricators.
chasing down some fabricators. I think this naval factory is going to go bye-bye.
That investment is probably going to be nullified very, very quickly. It looks like what Skaters was trying to do there was actually to expand with naval fabricators, but there are not that many metal points he can expand onto.
Oh.
Whereas if you look at the North Pole,
And another Fabber goes down. He's in danger of losing yet another Fabber.
oh dear, that's the commander already taking some fire from these docks. That's not going to do too much. A good, well-placed Uber cannon will take out all of those, but it's still a nice thing to see. So early shots being placed on that commander, all of them gone in a single shot, though. I think that has very much distracted Skatis. That's pulled his attention towards the rear of his base, where really he didn't want it to be. I'm not seeing much expansion from him at all. Look at the economy tab. Marshall has got double the economy of Skatis at this point. This is going to be a very tough ask.
It really is. It really is. Marshall doing an excellent job of expanding, taking over the metal extractors, and looks like he's already going for an advanced bot factory.
That is absolutely fantastic to see. Of course, what with that, I expect, given the strategies he's been employing so far, that we can expect to see some slammers coming out of that being used for their own amphibious ability, and they will come in from the rear of Skatis' base and hit much, much harder than those docks. A couple of Uber cannons won't be enough just to whisk that problem away. I'm really hoping to see some more expansion from Skatis here, but at the moment, he's managed to lose that rear expansion. He's rebuilding it with his commander. He's not sending out fabricators to the pillars between his base and Marshall's. Marshall getting a good bit of scouting in there. He's sent in fighters. Skatis has no air, of course, so those fighters are good for nothing but scouting at this point, but he has got a good idea of what's going on. That is an orbital launcher going up in Skatis' base. He's nearly caught up to Marshall on economy, though, it should be noted.
Wow, Skathis throwing down some mines in the water. You know, up until now, I wasn't even aware that that was a thing, but apparently it's a thing. So,
So how long have you been working on this game?
I am not the balance guy.
Look, naval mines are, but the thing is, they are sitting on the surface of the water. I'm not certain that those will actually be set off by the docks who actually walk along the sea floor.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain that they're not going to be, but it will stop this factory from being able to, or will stop some boats from being able to at least go that direction. Bombers coming in, taking out the Orca from Skathis. Orca's not going to be able to do anything to defend against that.
No, there's no anti-air there at all, although we now see Skatis is building a Narwhal, which does have the anti-air necessary to deal with this pesky bomber threat. At the moment, I'm seeing Marshall is actually surrounding him on all sides. Both of those forward pillars of Skatis have been sat on by a little blob of marshy docks. They're doing quite well defending those, putting on the pressure, raiding him constantly. Skatis is on the back foot here. But I'll be interested to see what he's going to do with this orbital launcher.
You know, he's not... Oh, a little
cheeky
bot factory going down from Marshall right outside of Skathis' base here.
Are those boom bots?
Those look like boom bots. Marshall looks like he's going to be going for the quick kill here, knowing where Skathis' commander is, thanks to the fighter patrols that he's had going around.
But we now see that Skathis has actually built a lot of single laser defense platforms, which are fantastic at repelling little blobs of docks or indeed boom bots like this. Actually, he's countered that strategy pretty hard already.
He has. He needs to get some walls down, though. Those turrets are great, but they're only really good if you protect them with walls.
That's it. But now we see some bombers starting to come in. However, there are defenses there, anti-air defenses. They're not going to be able to do too much.
Let's see what else is going on. Looks like Skathis is making a bid for one of these pillars outside of his base, taking out the blob of docks that Marshall had sitting there protecting it.
Now, interestingly, now I'm seeing some drifters being built from these vehicle factories that Skatis has to the north of his rear base. Not sure where he's going to be using those particularly. Marshall really has got quite an upper hand here. He's got units all over. He's got a lot of map control. He's not converting it, however, into really effective use. He's got lots of unclaimed metal spots where Skatis is not contesting them. He really ought to be expanding a little further to try and claim those, particularly the South Pole, which is completely uncontested. Skatis has no air, and Marshall has seen to it that he has no naval. Now, I'm seeing an orbital fabricator leaving Skatis' base heading over towards Marshall. I'm intrigued as to what he's going to be built. Is that an anchor? He's building an anchor over the top of Marshall's naval base. That's what he's doing.
He's doing an anchor. That's awesome. That's awesome. Skaith is not giving up without a fight. That is for sure.
That commander is walking straight towards those boom bots. That is a
Oh,
very,
that-
very precarious situation
Oh,
indeed.
he doesn't
Does
know they're
Marshall
there.
Marshall does not know. Marshall does not know Skaithis is there. Skaithis does not know Marshall's there. Skaithis has just seen the boom bots in his line of sight. He's not moving. He's not retreating. He needs to run for that water before Marshall realizes what's going on. Marshall still cannot see that commander there. Skaithis has probably seen those and panicked, and he's fled straight to the water where the boom bots can't get him. He's turned and run in the opposite direction. I can only imagine what's going on in that channel between those two right now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for those of you that don't know, currently Marshall and Skaithis are in the same TeamSpeak channel, so they're able to banter back and forth. We just can't hear them at the moment.
We suspect a video of that will be released on Marshall's channel after the event. It will be very interesting to hear what was said between the two. We now see some torpedo launchers being built by Skaithis' commander, trying to defend him. Some bombers coming in, but they can't do anything. The commander's underwater. However, we do see some orcas coming in. Orcas have got the ability to really put some damage there. Those torpedo launchers are, however, going to be a very strong deterrent to that. They need a few more ships to come alongside, really.
Looks
Those
like
torpedoes.
Yep.
Oh.
Torpedoes doing work. Commander
Yeah,
taking some damage, but definitely not as much as that he would have if that torpedo launcher weren't there.
Skaithis has a force of drifters now, which there's actually a fairly considerable force, all things taken into account, and that's going to be quite a threat to Marshall. He doesn't actually have too much to defend against that. We noticed that he's actually built an umbrella right next to his naval factory, which is shooting down the orbital fabricator and the anchor.
And bombers versus drifters. Bombers are going to win there.
So this is a very unique feature of the amphibious gameplay. Of course, you can build anti-aircraft vehicles. However, they are not amphibious. So if you want to send drifters over the water, you need to have a fighter escort, or you're having to go without AA, and that is not preferable. Those bombers are running on the commander. The commander those bombers. Is he going to the bomber snipe?
Oh, this could be it. This could be it. If Skaithis can't get some anti-air coverage over there pretty quickly.
Oh, he's shooting them down. He's shooting down the bombers too quickly. He's just about going to survive.
Oh, it's going to be so close.
This is going to be so close.
Oh, 10%.
This is. Here come 3 more bombers. Are they going to be able to bomb him? Is he in the water? He's deep underwater.
8%.
This is so close.
8% health. Oh, God. Okay, he needs anti-air
Hashtag
protection like
multipass.
now. Right now.
Wow.
Torpedo launcher going on the shore for Marshall. For those of you that don't know, the recent I think it was at the Titans update that or was it in the base PA game as well, that torpedo launchers can now be built on the shoreline and will fire into the water.
Those orcas have got torpedoes. They are getting close to that commander. If they focus fire on the commander, can Marshall see where that commander is? He can't see him yet. He can now see him. He's going to focus fire with those torpedoes straight on that commander. He's on the front line. They're not focusing on him.
They're not focusing on him.
Torpedoes heading towards him now.
Oh, there they are. 6%.
It's so close. One more torpedo on the way. Is that going to be the torpedo?
4%.
No, 4%.
Oh my God. Oh, this is terrible.
Clutch.
Oh my God. This is so close. Skaithis does have some anti-air protection down. He is attacking this little base of Marshall's. Marshall ended up putting a radar in this little base quite a bit too late because he didn't see the commander walk by earlier.
But we now actually see a successful anchor has been placed, which has knocked Marshall out of the running in terms of naval dominance. That commander sat there on 4% health, but underwater, mostly safe, unless we can get some bombers targeting it. What do you see?
I see a Zeus.
Wow.
I forgot.
Economy.
I forgot. Orbital fabricators can build Titans, so you don't need to actually get to tier 2. Technically, you can build them with the orbital fabricators, which are kind of like Tech 2 units.
But we are very much in snipe territory here. There are bombers gathering. This is going to be a single pass. This will be the one bomber pass that decides the name of the T1 tank. I can smell it now.
Marshall is attacking Skaithis' main economy area with all of his tanks and docks. As soon as he can get past these walls, these power generators are going to be in jeopardy, which is going to make it nearly impossible for this Zeus to ever get off the ground. Oh, and goodbye to the orbital fabricators. Almost. Skaithis managed to save one orbital fabricator that can go back and try to finish this Zeus, but I don't think it's going to make
There
it.
are ground fabricators assisting it, but it's going to be a very big ask. This force is sweeping through Skatis' base now.
Bombers getting in range of the
Bombers
commander.
over the side.
Bombs
Is it
dropped.
the side?
3, 2,
Is it
1,
the-
and it's over.
Ladies and gentlemen, the T1 tank has been restored. We may now call it the Ant once more. Marshall has defeated Skatis in an honourable 1 versus 1.
And of course,
And
in
we
true
have
fashion, I
restored-
forgot to turn on the sound for Planetary Annihilation when I started the stream.
Oh, sorry, no.
I know. It happens.
I'm going to bring the two of them in here, and we're going to hear what they have to say.
Back in.
Gentlemen, what a game.
That game
I
was
have done
awesome.
Marshall, you have just restored the honor of the Planetary Annihilation Community, and you have restored the name of the T1 tank. We may now call it the Ant once more.
Oh, I
Or
forgot to tell
do
you guys.
you?
So we're not going to be putting any more updates out to the game, so we can change it. I forgot to tell you guys that before we
So
started.
trolly.
Oh my goodness.
Such a troll. Such a troll.
Well
So,
played,
John-
Marshall.
Oh,
Well
dear
played.
me.
John, how was that for you?
I had a plan, and then he messed it up. So then I had a second plan, and then he messed that up. And then I had a third plan, and he messed that up. So my fourth plan didn't quite come to fruition.
I see.
So it was well played.
May I
Marshall.
ask what your plans were? I was trying to figure it out.
Well, you can ask Sorian. I'm a bit of a turtler.
Yeah,
So
a
the
little bit.
The reason why I liked clutch is I figured I could stick on top of there, thus all the turrets and stuff. And some people that really throws them off. But you came and hit me earlier with those doxes, so then I was like, all right, well then I'm gonna go water and see if I can keep him off the shores that way. And then that didn't work. I feel like my mind's right outside of your sea factory. By the way.
Yeah, I wasn't happy.
That was
about
awesome.
And then I was like, all right, so now I'll try to, hit you with orbital. And then you stopped that. And then I was like, all right, I'll just build a Titan. And then that didn't work.
So Marshall, how are you feeling right now?
Well, I'm feeling like
It is-
I achieved something very special here today. I'd like
You
to
need a cigarette?
thank. Oh dear. I'd like to
you'd like-
thank
who'd like
my
to thank?
mum.
Yeah.
So seriously, how much talking back and forth was there in your
Very
guys'
little,
chat
actually.
channel? Really? You guys were all
in
focus mode?
Tensely focused.
Yeah,
Nice.
it was a bit pun slinging during the spawning, but
There was some
thereafter
puns.
it was yeah.
Concentration, fierce, silent concentration.
There was.
Mm.
I tried to get in his head a little bit, but he wasn't having it.
Well, I didn't know how to do it, so I was just to work it out because I realized puns wouldn't work.
I have to
So
say
I
it was.
caveat it all with we do have to make a fix or a change and get it a build made and everything. So it's not going to happen right away.
Of
Like,
course.
it won't happen this
that's fair
afternoon.
enough.
But
No,
we'll
it's
try to get it
Saturday.
done this
I'm not
week.
going to go in the office just to change the name of the ant.
What do you mean just? What do you mean just to change the name of the ant? This is big enough. This has been years in the planning, and we have just finally had this one-on-one. This has been building for so long,
So this
and we finally
powerful,
have.
wonderful, massive tank of war is going to be named after something you step on now, all because of you.
Never underestimate the power of that. Have you not watched his propaganda video, Skathis?
I have. Doesn't mean it's right.